Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to talk about foreign exchange market. Right, foreign exchange is one of the important and finest subject in the banking and financial services industry. Right, and evergreen industry also is a foreign exchange because after the globalization, what is happening is you can market product or you can export services very easily. Right, for example, you wanted to run a class who's in US, just connect with through a Skype or Zoom or Google Meet or any of that WebEx technology, and just start running the classes and start receiving the payment through $1 or whatever it is. So now, after the globalization, connecting people or selling or buying a product across the globe is much easier. So one should understand the foreign exchange and their relevance and their impact on the export import as well as the remittance and the payments. Right. So foreign exchange is nothing but is a exchange of one currency with another currency. When I talk about a foreign currency, any currency other than the home currency is called foreign currency. For example, I am in India. My home currency is rupees, right? It is not necessarily your home currency is continue to be in rupees if you are staying in US, right? If you are staying in US, your home currency is dollar, right? And if you are staying in England, your home currency is Great Britain pound, right? So the home currency means the country where you are staying at. The currency belongs to the particular country is called home currency. Foreign currency means any currency other than the home currency is called foreign currency. For example, India, we have a rupee is a home currency. I have a Great Britain pound, yen, euro, dollar. All these things are foreign currency. Come back to the foreign exchange means exchange of one currency with another currency. Right. Suppose if I am having a dollar, I give a dollar and give me a money, that is called foreign exchange. Exchanging of one currency with another currency, that is called foreign exchange. Right. Whether this foreign exchange is been traded in the market, yes, there is a market called foreign exchange market, and all the currencies are traded in this particular market, and it fluctuates on every 4 seconds. It is a global market, highly liquid market, and it is a it is traded by all the exporters, importers, and the people from the central banks. We call it as RBI in India or Federal Reserves in US, right? Buying and selling of foreign exchange. Commercial bank participates. Retail investors like you and me are participates in the foreign exchange market, right? It is a highly liquid and fluctuates on every 4 seconds, right? Normally, foreign exchange quotes is on 4 digits. For example, I wanted to know what is the dollar rates today. So I can say $1 is equal to 72.43 or 45, something like that, right? Uh, right. So digits, 4 digits, it always quotes on that, right? Suppose if I say $1 is equal to 72.45 or 4546, it is called a direct quote. That means I'm keeping a foreign exchange or a foreign currency is fixed and allowing home currency to fluctuate. I'm saying $1 is equal to 72.4546, right? Keeping a foreign currency fixed, allowing home currency to fluctuate. Somebody says, I wanted to know 100 rupees is equal to how many dollars? If I say 100 rupees is equal to $1.12, that is called indirect quote. Right. The direct quote is also called as a home currency quotation, and in India normally the foreign exchange quotes which is available on the direct quote, right? And I said that the foreign exchange is highly fluctuate, and it fluctuates on every 4 seconds. For example, $1 is equal to 72.43, right? And if it goes down to 72.30 or 72 rupees, we call it as it appreciates, right? And if it is moves up 72.45 and 72.50 or 73 rupees, we call it as depreciate, right? The currency depreciate, right? So what is mean by currency depreciate or currency appreciate? We always used to get this terminology in the financial newspaper. We says Indian rupee appreciates and Indian rupees depreciate, right? What is the relevance and what is the importance of that, right? For example, $1 is equal to 72 rupees, assuming that, right? So what will happen if you wanted to import any of the product? The it cost us $1 lakh, and you are end up in paying 72 lakhs, right? For example, $1 is equal to 72 rupees, and if you are importing a $1 worth of goods or services, and you need to end up in paying 72 lakhs, right? Suppose if the rupee depreciate and it goes to 73 rupees, instead of 72 lakhs you are paying 73 lakhs, right? That means if the rupee depreciate from 72 to 73, you will end up in spending more Indian rupees to import the same quantum of goods and services what you have imported on last month or last year. So the rupee depreciate is a problem for the importer, right? The problem for the importer. Again, coming back to the rupee appreciate, right? Rupee appreciate, what will happen? Look at exporter. So earlier you have exported $1 lakh worth of goods and services to US or any other country, and denominated in dollar. Earlier you exported 1 lakh US dollar and you used to get 72 lakhs rupees, and now the rupee appreciate and it gone down to $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Now, if you are exporting the same $1 lakh worth of goods and services, you will end up in getting 70 lakhs only, right? Your realization is less if the rupee appreciate. In the nutshell, the rupee depreciate is a problem for the importer, and rupee appreciate is a problem for exporter. That is the reason whenever the rupee depreciate, if I rupee depreciate means the $1 is equal to 72, and now it is become 73. So you are end up in paying more rupees to import crude oil or import petrol, diesel. So in the process, what will happen is your petrol prices are going up. Sometimes you all feels that worldwide the crude oil prices are going down, but still petrol diesel prices are going up. What is the correlation between that? And the foreign exchange also is one of the factor which influences petrol diesel prices, because we import crude oil, we import petrol diesels, right? So when the rupee depreciate, right, the petrol diesel prices also goes up, right? So the rupee appreciate or rupee depreciate will have a direct impact on import and export trades. So to mitigate those risks, normally the exporters, importers, what they will do is they will buy a derivatives to manage foreign exchange risk. There are a lot of derivatives are there. Derivative means derived from underlying asset, right? That is a different financial instrument which is available to manage market risk, especially on the foreign exchange market, right? You have a forward rate contract is available, and you have a futures are available, you have options are available, you have a warrant, you have a leave. Quite a lot of products are available in foreign exchange market. And another important derivative product like a currency swap is available to manage foreign exchange risk. So when you are dealing with the foreign exchange market, either you do export or import, you have a risk attached to that particular transaction, is called foreign exchange transaction, right? And foreign exchange market, you have a two type of exposure. One is a transaction exposure, another one is a translation exposure, the third one is operating exposure, right? The transaction exposure is a very important one. The exposure happens because of the import export transaction, right? Right. So one should understand that when you are dealing with the foreign exchange, there is a risk attached to that. When the rupee appreciate or depreciate, you will be end up in losing money or losing the value of your import or export because of the fluctuation in the foreign exchange market. So the three type of exposure which I talked about. One is a transaction exposure. The exposure arises on account of the import export traders. Translation exposure is nothing but exposure arises on revaluation of asset and liability. For example, you have a house in London, right? Earlier, the house value is around $1 lakh, or 1 lakh Great Britain pound, or 1 lakh euro, whatever the foreign currency value you can talk about it, assuming that it is called as a 1 lakh euro. And earlier, last year, it was $1, 1 euro is equal to 80 rupees. Now 1 euro is equal to 82 rupees. Without any transaction which has happened on the particular house, the valuation of the house has gone up from 80 lakhs to 82 lakhs because of the movement of euro against the rupee, right? And foreign exchange the valuation of the particular asset, it moves up and down, is called translation exposure. And the third exposure is the foreign exchange values moves up and down because of various macro environmental factors like government policies, fiscal policies, monetary policies, interest rate prevailing on those countries, right? And interest rate prevailing on the home countries, the multiple factor which influences the foreign exchange market. So one should understand thoroughly on foreign exchange market before getting into export import trade, right? So if possible, they also should mitigate those risks by using any of the derivative instrument which is very familiar with them or which is very suitable for the particular transactions, right? So coming back to that, the basic understanding of the foreign exchange market is, when I talk about foreign exchange market, is highly volatile, and it fluctuates on every 4 seconds, and it is impacted by various factors like government policies, interest rate, credit growth, economic growth. And there are people who buy and sell foreign exchange for only for making profit, that we call it as a speculative trades, right? So because of those practices also, the foreign exchange market moves up and down, right? And we are also talks about direct quote and indirect quote, and the various exposure, transaction, translation, and operating exposure which is attached to the foreign exchange market. So one should be very careful when you are dealing with export import trade, or when you are buying and selling of foreign exchange market for speculative trade, or as a investment in the foreign exchange instrument, right? There are a lot of instrument which is available in the capital market, like foreign exchange convertible bond, or foreign exchange equitable bond, or ADR, or GDR. ADR means American Depository Receipts. GDR means Global Depository Receipts. All these instruments probably I can talk about in the next upcoming videos, but the underlying understanding on the foreign exchange market, one should understand what is meant by home currency, what is meant by foreign currency, what is meant by foreign exchange, how it operates, and what is the risk associated with that, right? So we will discuss more in detail on the upcoming videos. Thank you so much. And those who are not subscribed our channel, please subscribe, and put your comments in the comments box, so that we can able to talk about those doubts, or clarification we can give you that, right? Thank you so much. Wish you a happy weekend and good day.